Tonight, we're highlighting an effort to make sure people playing in local sports complexes have access to potentially life-saving technology in an emergency. And we've been enjoying more and more spring flowers, but those spring showers are right around the corner. You can see the clouds moving in. That is coming up in your first alert forecast.
Now, KAPP local news at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner, and we begin with the mass shooting at a small private school in a wealthy Tennessee neighborhood. This is the deadliest attack on a school since the shooting in Uvalde, Texas nearly a year ago. ABC's Zareen Shaw is tracking that investigation.
Be advised, stay out of the general area of Burton Hills Road to find active shooter.
At least 3 young children and 3 adult staff members were shot and killed at the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee Monday morning. Police now identifying the 6 victims as Evelyn Dykehouse, Haley Scruggs, and William Kinney, all between 8 and 9, and Cynthia Peak, Mike Hill, and Catherine Coons, all staffers in their 60s. The shooter has been identified as Audrey Elizabeth Hale. They say she entered the school through a side entrance, carrying 2 assault-type rifles and a handgun.
We went in as soon as it was safe for our responders to do so, to try to provide life-saving efforts for those that were impacted by this incident.
Officials say the first 911 call at the Christian school for roughly 200 preschool through 6th graders came in at 10:13 in the morning local time.
There are multiple victims down.
14 minutes later, 7 people, including the shooter, were dead after Metro Nashville police say they shot and killed her.
When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers.
Students were seen holding hands, leaving their school and surrounded by law enforcement to meet their parents and guardians.
My son and I survived a mass shooting over the summer. I am in Tennessee on a family vacation.
President Biden addressing the shooting today.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart, ripping the soul of this nation, ripping at the very soul of the nation. And we have to do more to protect our schools so they aren't turned into prisons.
The FBI is now involved in the investigation, and officials say an officer had a wound from cut glass, but there were no other surviving victims who were injured. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, school shootings in the Nashville area are rare. The Tennessean reports there have only been 5 in the past 12 years. Now, we've been tracking proposed gun laws here in the state of Washington, still being debated in the legislature. One proposal that would stop people from buying or selling certain guns, which is commonly being called an assault weapons ban, is up for a Senate committee vote tomorrow. A proposal that would require training and a waiting period before you can buy a gun is also scheduled for a vote in that same committee. Again, that's coming up tomorrow. Lawmakers in the state house are preparing to vote on a bill that would loosen the restrictions on when law enforcement officers can start a car chase. House lawmakers did extensive work on one proposal, but it missed a key deadline. Lawmakers in the Senate held a last-minute vote on their version, sending it over to the House without any committee hearings. That proposal is now scheduled for a House committee vote, again, without any opportunity for testimony so far, and that's coming up tomorrow afternoon. Early Sunday morning, Kennewick police say someone shot towards an officer on Edison Street, then allegedly led officers on a chase that ended with the suspect crashing into a Benton County Sheriff's Office vehicle. 35-year-old Antonio Martinez was arrested. He's now facing charges of vehicular homicide and drive-by shooting. Police say his passenger, 39-year-old Jessica Sanders, was reported to have died at the scene of the crash. And this is just the most recent case of violence directed against local law enforcement.
Having 2 Tri-City law enforcement officers targeted in the last week is concerning. But we have to continue to do our jobs the same way that we're doing them already, using good tactics, providing great customer service, and doing our part in making the community safer.
As you may remember, last Friday, a man allegedly shot a Pasco police officer who ended up in the hospital. Coming up at 6, we'll have more information on what unfolded over the weekend in Kennewick. There is a critical shortage of forensic pathologists across the country. State lawmakers are working on ways to incentivize people to pursue this as a career. Senate Bill 5523 would provide up to $25,000 in loan repayment per year per participant for 4 years, hopefully get the state more qualified people in the long term. In the meantime, autopsy delays in places like Yakima County can mean lost evidence that police need to solve a crime and families may need to keep their loved ones safe.
If you've got somebody who's 45 years old and dropped dead from a heart attack, that's genetic risk. And basically, their kids in their teens and 20s need to get checked by a cardiologist like yesterday.
Senate Bill 5523 has passed the Senate and has now been referred to a House committee. All right, let's switch gears and talk weather. We're seeing lots of flowers start to show up around the region, even the cherry trees outside our station in Kennewick. But this does require some rain to keep it all going. Jason Valentine has a look at what's ahead in your KAPP KVEW First Alert forecast.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful day today. Pretty darn nice day today, but we do have some changes coming in our overnight period. We have a wind advisory for the Pendleton area, 25 to 35 mile per hour winds with 55 mile per hour gusts that lasts until tomorrow afternoon. So batten down the hatches in that area. So for the next 24 hours, we could be seeing a little bit of light shower activity. We'll see some sunshine tomorrow as well, but it looks like we're going to just see a little bit of showers in the morning tomorrow, overnight into the morning, and then tomorrow late evening. So a little bit of shower activity hitting us. We are staying pretty cool. We're still below our average, but we are going to warm up as we head towards especially Thursday this week. But then, tell me if you haven't heard this before, we're going to cool down again for our weekend with windy conditions across our area and some shower activity expected for your Saturday. But for your Tuesday, it's going to be a big change from this sunny skies that we saw today. All of that in my full forecast. That's coming up. But for right now, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. That warmer weather and longer days means more people getting outdoors to play sports. And the Cadlick Foundation is equipping local sports complexes with AEDs. They presented these devices to youth sports teams in the area this afternoon. KAPP KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald says the automated defibrillators will be a useful tool for the safety of everyone in those parks.
The Jefferson Playfield is one of the dozen locations these AEDs are being placed in the community. At the facilities that have baseball, softball, football, soccer, lacrosse, and water recreation, it's especially important to have access to AEDs. There's been an effort in the community to get more AEDs around in places that are readily accessible when needed. Michael Van Beek with Richland Fire and Emergency Services says only about 10% of people experiencing cardiac arrest survive.
This is partly because we don't have enough accessible AEDs available, and most bystanders are still hesitant to step in and take action. When sudden cardiac arrest strikes, every second counts, because for every minute that goes by, the chance of survival decreases by 10%.
They say the survival rate has increased in the Tri-Cities due to more people in the community knowing how to do hands-only CPR. You can find a list of all the locations of the new AEDs on our website, yaktrinews.com. In Richland, Riley Fitzgerald, KAPP KVEW Local News.
Today, Taylor Swift fans got their day in court and out. Fans rallied outside a federal courthouse in Los Angeles as the court heard the lawsuit against Ticketmasters. Many fans who were hoping to get tickets for Swift's Eras tour were left scrambling last fall. First, Ticketmaster's verified fan pre-sale program stumbled. Then the company actually canceled plans to offer tickets to the general public, saying they were simply overwhelmed by demand. Now, a lawsuit filed in December claims that Ticketmaster's merger with Live Nation more than a decade ago violated consumer protection laws.
I had $500 saved, and that should have been enough to buy me floor seats for what Taylor wanted to sell her tickets for. Live Nation stopped that, and so it's wrong. We need to end the merger.
I don't think that Live Nation and Ticketmaster should have been able to combine, and I think that artists not having a choice with who they can sell tickets through is a major issue and needs to be broken up.
Ticketmaster, for its part, blamed bot attacks and fans who didn't have a pre-sale code that Ticketmaster said tried to get in on the sale anyway. We've seen California slammed by multiple extreme storms through the late winter. Now parts of the South are picking up the pieces after tornadoes swept through this weekend, with at least 26 people already confirmed dead. ABC's Morgan Norwood is in Mississippi, where many people will have to rebuild from the ground up.
The cleanup is just underway. I've spoken with family after family who have returned to debris piles only to find nothing. They're now struggling to figure out what's next. Residents in Rolling Fork returning to ruins, the town among several in the south just starting the painstaking road to recovery after monster tornadoes sliced through the region.
We don't have any business, jobs, nothing. People don't have anything.
Sonia Barnes was inside her home when the EF4 twister touched down in Rolling Fork. She tells me she grabbed her 2-month-old grandbaby and took cover in the bathroom.
I was just thinking, how was I going to protect her?
But you put the baby in your jacket?
Yes, my shirt.
This afternoon, the town nearly unrecognizable. Businesses leveled, homes destroyed, minced by the tornado's 170-mile-per-hour winds. Erwin Macon miraculously survived after he says a carpet shielded him from flying debris.
And that carpet was over me, and I just threw the carpet off. You see, there's nothing. I don't know how I stayed here holding on to this floor.
Rolling Fork, just one of several Mississippi towns shredded by twisters. In Amory, Mississippi, school surveillance video capturing the moment an EF3 tornado ripped through the hallways with winds up to 155 miles per hour. Debris raining from the ceiling. Residents nearby scrambling to take cover.
Once it started coming, it started shaking, and I ran to my tub to get in my tub, but it felt like it was pulling me up.
And in Georgia, trees plucked from the ground, debris littered everywhere after a series of reported twisters touched down overnight. And back here in Rolling Fork, dozens of power crews scrambling to get the lights back on to the few homes and businesses that are still standing. Meanwhile, we also know that FEMA is on the ground, pledging to be here for the long run. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Rolling Fork, Mississippi.
Now, World News Tonight will have continuing coverage coming up at 5:30. But first, here in our area, no tornadoes in the forecast. We are talking about some much needed rain on the way, though. Jason Valentine has the details coming up in your first alert forecast. And still ahead on KAPP KVEW Local News at 5, we'll show you how local firefighters are teaming up to prepare for just about anything. That's next.
Have you been injured in an auto accident and aren't sure what your rights are? Give Allen Brecky Law Offices a call for a free consultation. They will explain the process to you for free, and will even look into the insurance company's offer for.
This week, grand jury watch in the cases facing former President Trump, plus tracking spring rain, flooding, and mountain snow for an already soaked West. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? 0 down and 1.9% financing even on used vehicles. SteveHahnAutoGroup.com.
Watch me. Watch me jump, dive, and splash. Put me by a pool, I'll be soaked in a flash. A girl in the water to swim like a fish. Just 2 simple legs. That was my wish. I'm a sea turtle, shark, a seal on a slide. This is my day of fun, with nothing to hide. Watch me. Pioneers in orthotic and prosthetic technology at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-284-4157 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-284-4157.
Next, E.T.
I'm Jen Aniston.
My name is Adam Sandler, and we are
Spilling the E.T.
A wild exclusive.
I was just going to take a sip.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP KVEW.
Have you been injured in an auto accident and aren't sure what your rights are? Give Allen Brecky Law Offices a call for a free consultation. They will explain the process to you for free, and will even look into the insurance company's offer for.
Springtime in the awesome Palouse. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back. We are not quite to wildfire season yet, but local
fire
crews
officials told me other training academies across the state are more expensive and are often fully booked. This way, by pooling their resources, they say they're saving money and putting themselves in charge of the schedule. The training teaches them how to respond to fires, wildfires, and incidents involving medical issues and hazardous materials. Most of the exercises taking place at the Yakima Training Center, but live fire training is done in Kittitas County. The program coming at a time when they're in dire need of more recruits.
As we hire 5, we lost 5. So the numbers we're trying to gain is kind of falling off because people are starting to retire, and rightfully so. But it's a crazy time for us. But by the end of this year, if all things are going well, we'll probably have 15 new firefighters.
This training session will be over by the end of the month, but there are 2 more training sessions coming up this year in May and September. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, KAPP Local News.
President Biden's pick to lead the Federal Aviation Administration is bowing out. Philip Washington had faced questions from Senate lawmakers about his background in aviation, which is limited. The Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation delayed voting on whether to recommend that he take the job, and amid that delay, Washington withdrew from the nomination. This comes, of course, as the aviation industry is facing a lot of scrutiny and a lot of very public problems. We've had multiple cases of close calls and near misses on the runway, plus extreme delays and cascading cancellations at times. Experts predict that spring break travel this year could beat pre-pandemic records, but the head of the U.S. Travel Association says those numbers could have been even bigger.
The air travel system is under great stress. We're seeing it with delays, we're seeing it with cancellations, and that is leading some travelers to say, you know what, I would travel more if we could fix that air travel experience.
The FAA is already warning that we could see even more travel troubles into the summer because of a shortage of air traffic controllers, especially at some key airports there on the East Coast. Now, for those considering a road trip to avoid the airports, gas prices have been holding relatively steady. Washington drivers have seen a 3-cent increase on average in the past month. Now, filling up still isn't cheap, but by this time last year, we were already seeing the spikes that would lead to record high prices in June.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you had a nice day today. And folks, pretty darn nice day today weather-wise, but we do have some light showers to talk about tonight. Windy in the Pendleton area and pretty much average temperatures this week, but still no real cool down, but no real warm up in the future. So as we look at our future cast, as we get into our evening hours, we're going to start to see a little bit of shower activity very early tomorrow in the Tri-Cities and scattered showers really throughout our areas. Then as we move along into the morning hours, still just some scattered showers here and there. As we get to the evening hours on Tuesday, we'll see a little bit more robust showers for Ellensburg and then starting to form in the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. And then that will be moving up north into our Wednesday morning where it could stick around Ellensburg area just north of Yakima and then moving out. So some scattered showers tomorrow could persist, especially in Ellensburg towards Wednesday morning. Today, though, just lovely day, but we're still right around our average. Our average for the Tri-Cities is 61. So for your week ahead, we're going to see mostly highs in the 50s, could be some lower 60s in there. And we just don't see that big warm up or cool down. We're just almost for the entire month of March, we've been sticking right around that average. Again, I talked about it earlier. We have a wind advisory starting tonight at 8 o'clock through tomorrow mid-afternoon for the Pendleton area. So batten down the hatches, 25 to 35 mile per hour sustained winds expected. Not too much wind, though, for our other areas. But as we move along into tomorrow, we're going to see around 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, slower on Wednesday, but we're going to build up to around 20 mile per hour winds for the Tri-Cities. So that means we could see up to 30 mile per hour winds on Saturday, and we do expect to see some shower activity as well. So a little bit of a rollicking weekend is on the way, at least wind-wise. So for looking at our almanac, we're still pretty significantly below our average for our highs, but a little bit above for our lows for the Yakima area. For the Tri-Cities, a little below, 3 below, but 5 above in our overnight as we do warm up overnight, and that is good news that we're seeing shower activity. So we're 3 days away from that Mariners home opener. Can't wait for baseball to start up again. 2 weeks from yesterday will be Easter, and a month away from the NFL draft right here on KAPP ABC. So in our overnight period, as I said, we are above the freezing level across the board. Good news, because whatever falls from the sky will be in the form of rain, about 10 degrees or so warmer than we saw this morning. In the lovely Tuesday, we're going to have more cloud coverage, and again, shower activity likely in the morning and then in the evening with scattered showers during the day. Mid to lower 50s your highs tomorrow. So our 7-day forecast, we're going to get to those lower 60s starting Thursday into Saturday, and then moving over into Sunday and Monday. We're going to cool down just a bit. Again, shower activity likely with windy conditions on your Saturday. In the Yakima region, we're going to dry up after tomorrow. Wednesday through Friday looks nice, but again, with those winds on Saturday, shower activity very, very likely. So folks, get ready for what is going to be a change. Tonight, we're going to have windy conditions in the Pendleton area, and then overnight into tomorrow morning, expect some rain. We are warmer, so we should see it in the form of rain, and that rain could persist on and off as far as Wednesday morning, but nicer conditions should follow that for your week.
Thanks, Jason. And up next on KAPP Local News, you can call it a case of keyboard warriors, disability advocates suing over accessibility at places they may never visit. We're talking about a case headed to the Supreme Court next. At STCU and KAPP Local News are looking for community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties who go that extra step helping us all. If you know someone like that, you can nominate them by clicking on contests at yaktrynews.com. Every 6 weeks or so, we choose a volunteer to profile on KAPP Local News, and STCU awards his or her organization a $1,000 gift.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
McCafe iced coffee is the perfect reward for those mornings that deserve a reward. Get a medium iced coffee, any flavor, for just $2. Take a treat retreat, available all day at McDonald's.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 23rd through April 1st. Shop over 120 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show. March 23rd through April 1st. Indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing, giveaways, and food vendors on site. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So proud.
There's no better morning than a buy one, get one for $1 morning at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
New tonight, should you be able to file a lawsuit against businesses in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act if their policies don't impact you? That's the question the Supreme Court will be answering. Here's the situation. A hotel owner in Maine says the same woman has filed hundreds of lawsuits against hotels, including theirs, claiming their websites aren't in compliance with ADA requirements. The hotel owner claims that these so-called testers typically don't visit the businesses they sue, and they're just trying to make money by threatening legal action to get a settlement payment. But attorneys for the tester say she's actually working to make sure that the Americans with Disabilities Act is enforced. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear this case. We'll be keeping our eyes on it. And this is something that has happened about 2 years ago in Richland. You may remember 8 businesses were served with lawsuits claiming they weren't up to ADA compliance. Court documents state a Benton County man who is a quadriplegic enlisted the help of a Spokane attorney to sue businesses within the Uptown Shopping Center, as they were also dealing with the effects of the pandemic. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll tell you what happened with those multiple court cases. But first, we're talking about the forecast that has rain on the way. That is coming up in just a moment. And we have continuing coverage of the deadly school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. What we're now learning about the alleged shooter coming up on World News Tonight.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
If you've got the TV volume way up right now, then you really need these. These tiny but powerful little hearing aids are the Nano CIC Recharge, priced at only $297 for a full pair. These are not simply amplifiers. These are ultra high quality, ultra reliable hearing aids, priced thousands less than other hearing aids. They fit right in your ear. Nothing shows in the back of your ear. Payments as low as $36 a month.
1-800-277-1540.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I'm getting backyard cookout vibes. Inside? Oh, that's the new DQ Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger. Now you can take the backyard anywhere with honey barbecue sauce and house-made Hidden Valley Ranch. You guys are taking this backyard anywhere thing really seriously. Maybe next time you'll take that DQ Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger to, the actual backyard.
We need a hose.
Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? 0 down and 1.9% financing even on used vehicles. SteveHahnAutoGroup.com.
We're celebrating our 28th anniversary with a new Bronco Sport giveaway during Punch It for Bucks in Broncos at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Punch the board and win over $4,000 in big bucks and 2,800 entries to boost your chances to win a Ford Bronco Sport. Plus, don't miss Bronco Billy's bonus rounds where you can earn double the bucks. This Friday, 4 lucky winners will punch the board for big bucks or a new Ford Bronco Sport. Get your entries in today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? Uh-huh. Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. And let's see what we find. Hey, bud. US Cellular. Built for us.
It's Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Talk with your primary care provider about getting screened for colon cancer. Get more information at yaktrynews.com.
Colon cancer screenings save lives. Call Prosser Digestive Health Center at Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Welcome back. Let's take a final look at your forecast for this evening.
All right, folks, let's get you ready for tomorrow. Again, windy conditions in Pendleton, and we have some sunshine tomorrow, but do expect to see some overnight showers into tomorrow evening for most of our areas. For Yakima, a little bit more cloud coverage, highs mid-50s yet again. We're going to stay cool till we get, looks like, until Wednesday and Thursday. Walla Walla area, some shower activity is going to be in that, and over in the Ellensburg region, that is where we could see those showers persist into Wednesday morning. So off and on showers with some sunshine for your Tuesday as we still stay cooler than our average. Then we'll start to warm up and clear up as we get to Wednesday.
Thanks, Jason, and thank you so much for watching World News Tonight with David Muir is next. KAPP Local News is back tonight at 6, and you can find all of the latest anytime on our website, yaktrinews.com.